So today I'm attempting to tackle my TBR. Recently I realized that I have a lot of books that I have not read yet, and my TBR shelf is just growing out of control. And I just kind of have become more of a book dragon than a book reader, and while that's all fine, and I love collecting books just as much as reading them, almost, I think I need to go through all my books, see what I even have. I talked to a friend recently who had this beautiful TBR list where she had it all mapped out and written her plan for this year of no buying books and going through her actual TBR. And I feel like it's my duty to the books on my shelf that have just been waiting for me to read them, that I should do that before I continue to bring new ones home. And it's rude. It's rude to them. So today I'm going to go through all the books on my bookshelves, separate them into, because also it's become so messy between the two shelves of which ones are TBR and which ones I've already read. And I need to be realistic too. Some of these books have been on my shelf for years at this point and haven't been read. So I think I need to have a little bit of a reality check of am I actually going to read them? And also hopefully just bring ones to the light again that I maybe have forgotten that I have. So come along with me while I clean up my shelves and go through all of my book dragon hoarding that's been happening. Got some lo-fi playing in the background to make this a fun, cozy experience for me, and less about shaming me about the amount of books I have, but just a productive chill going through my shelves. So as you can see, I've got pretty much two full, very full shelves. Some of these shelves on the bottom are double stacked where there's books behind them too, so there's quite a few in here. But so I'm gonna go through these hopefully in a way that makes sense. It won't make sense, but we'll go through it together. And at the end, I'm hoping to reorganize them so they're easier to find all of the TBR, and then also make a nice little list of all of the books that I have that I want to read so that I read them before I buy more books. Listen, I'm gonna still probably buy some new books, but get more of my TBR read this year. That's the goal. So here we go. All right, so here's the damage overall. Everything I pulled off my shelves as far as TBR. So I'm realizing I have kind of a two-part issue with figuring out a better system for organizing these. The first part of the problem is having all the TBR dispersed throughout. I don't have one dedicated area that's just these are all your TBRs, just pick from here. So I'd like to put them on my bookshelves when they go back, I think all together, so I know these are the books I need to read first. But also I don't like having things by certain authors not with their other companions. It bothers me. I had these two by Blake Crouch kind of off next to Dark Matter because I have read Dark Matter before, so it felt like they should all be together. But there's there's issues like that, and then I have so many Stephen King books, probably 30 up there that I have read, and then I've got 15 more that I have not read yet, and it feels weird not having them all together. It feels they should all be together. They're brothers, they go together. So having them not together bothers me, but maybe that's more of an incentive if I keep them in their own place. And then they get to be a part of the family once they're read, if that makes sense. So maybe that will help. But yeah, it just it bugs me. I don't want to have one Blake Crouch over here in the red section and then his two brothers over here by themselves. I don't like it. I want all of the author books together. So that's kind of the first part of the problem. Second part of the problem is, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes you'll start a series and you love the first couple of books, and then you get later on in the series and you're not enjoying it as much, but you already have purchased the other books in the series, so it sort of feels like you should just read it even though you don't want to. And again, also, and then I still put them with the rest of the series. Kind of know I have no intention of probably finishing the whole series because it's just not my jam, but I'm stubborn and I'm like, I started, so I want to finish it. But I also have that issue where I'm not very good at like putting a book down if I'm not enjoying it anymore. I'm like, I already started it, so I have to finish. But what I tell other people when they ask me, I'm like, no, you should definitely not read it if you're not enjoying it. But do I follow my own advice? No. It's a conundrum. So anyway, I'm gonna start going through, making a list, and we'll go from there. So. Okay, so firstly I went through and counted them all, and there are 98 books here, you guys. 98, that's a lot. I don't know what I was expecting. I don't know what I thought I had, but it was definitely not 98. So, I got a little bit of chagrin. I'm a little embarrassed. But you know what? I'm gonna read them. I'm going to read them. I am. So, the first thing I did is, because there are so many of them, and that's far more than I generally read in a year. Lately, I've been averaging between like 25 and 35 books a year. So, even in my best year, it would take me 3 years to read all of these. So I broke it down into the ones I'm kind of like most excited about, which are these two stacks. I feel bad. I feel bad for the other books that aren't. I feel bad. I'm sorry, other books. I'm sorry. So I'm going to just write out these ones on my little list. That way, throughout the year, as I'm picking books to read, I'm just going to pick from a list of books I'm very excited about. A couple of these I'm going to be buddy reading with some friends, so they're definitely on the list for this year. And otherwise, yeah, I'm just going to list them in the order I'm most excited about reading them, because then I will hopefully actually read them because I'm excited about it. So, I'm going to list them. So out of those 98 books, I've narrowed it down to my top 24. That does by no means mean that I'm not going to read everything else in my TBR. It's just these 24 are the ones I'm most excited about right now, or they're in a buddy reads list, so I'm definitely going to read them this year because I'm reading them with other people. So I think that will help me. I'm going to put these kind of all together. I'm not going to do what I did before and like have all the kings together. I want to keep the TBR on its own, I think, and then file them once they've been read. I think that will help hold me accountable to reading, because I know there are other books that I'm going to buy before I've gotten through all of my TBR. Certainly, other books I'm going to read, other books I'm going to collect, and there's also a lot of books in this list, or in this total, that I have, because like I feel like I should read them, like a lot of classics. Like I have like the works of the Brothers Grimm and the Count of Monte Cristo, which I have attempted to read the Count of Monte Cristo like 5 times, and it's so long. But like I want to read it. I really want to read it all the way through, but I just haven't yet. So books like that, I'm definitely going to be keeping. But one thing I would like to do this year is be better about, if I'm really not enjoying a book, and if it's just like I'm not in the mood for it, I need to move on to something else. I have a ton in this list of varying genres. A couple like more of the self-help variety, mostly everything else fiction, but of the fiction, it's like some are romance and some are sci-fi and some are fantasy. Just regular like I've got tons of genres. So if I'm not in the mood for something, put it down, but move on to something else. And then I think you can kind of tell, if it's something, are you going to pick it up later when you are in the mood, or do you just not, is it just not your thing? And I'm going to be better this year about, if it's just not my thing, I think I'm going to give it to someone who will enjoy it, because it's just sitting on my shelf collecting in my dragon treasure trove of books. It's just not really serving me, and it's taking up room for books that I want, that I really enjoy. So I think just having books, because I have them, if I'm never going to read them, it's or if it's something that I haven't, like I have a bunch of books that I may not read again for like a long time, like the Zodiac Academy books. Loved them, absolutely loved them. It's a big series and I just read it not that long ago. It'll probably be a long time if I read those again, but I'm not gonna get rid of them because I loved them. They're so fun. So things like that, Never Ending Story. I haven't read that since I've had it forever because it was one of my favorite books as a kid. I'm not gonna get rid of it because I love it. So I don't think books on your shelf have to be things that you are going to read again and again, but you need to enjoy it or have some kind of like connection. At least for me, in my library, I don't know, maybe one day I'll have a huge manor home and I can just have like a Beauty and the Beast style library just full of every book known to man, and that would be cool too. But we're not there yet. So for now, I think I'm just gonna be better about not keeping books if I know I'm not gonna read it. Like if I know it's not my vibe, I'm not gonna read it, you know, and that's okay, that's okay. All right, so all of the books are back on a shelf now. I didn't decide to get rid of any of them this round because I really want to give them all a chance. And I think now that I'm going to be more focused in on actually reading the TBR, I think I'm going to be able to give them a chance. So I didn't get rid of any books, but I'm going to be better about if I'm not enjoying it or I know I'm not going to pick it up again, giving it to someone who will enjoy it and reading what I'm in the mood for. So it kind of worked out perfectly, the number of books that I picked for this year, because they all fit on one shelf. All the rest of them kind of are together. I still had to kind of disperse, but that's okay. I'm not going to sweat it right now because these are the bookshelves I got and this has to fit. If this kind of thing bothers you, I'm sorry. I don't know. This doesn't bother me that much, but I know some people are like, they hate this, where they're like stacked on top of each other like that. So I'm sorry if you like can't stand that. So this is my current year. But you know what? I'm open to those changing also. If I'm like, whatever, something down here really grabs my attention, whatever, it's fine. I just need to read my TBR. So thanks for tackling that with me today. I'd love to know in the comments, what books are you reading this year? Are you focusing on your TBR? Are you waiting for something to come out? What are you reading? I want to know. Probably because I'm going to add it to my bookshelf. So